Hello and welcome to Cooking with Marjorie. So today I am going to do sesame beef. This is one of our family favourites and is incredibly easy. So I'm using, and this will feed 2 or 3 people probably, I'm using 300 grams of beef. Now I've got fillet tails here which I happen to be able to get from our butcher nice and cheap, but you can use rump steak or sirloin or something that's good for stir frying. I've got a shallot here, so I'm just going to make the marinade. So I'm going to peel my shallot. You can use a small onion or half an onion or something like that, whatever. It's quite a relaxed recipe, this, you know, it's really not that exact. Okay, so the thing that you do need to do is cut your shallot or onion up very finely. Now you could even grate it if you wanted to, but I personally prefer just to have it cut nice and small, so I'm just going to do it. There we are. There we go. And then I just put that into this bowl with all the other marinade ingredients. Let's just finish my other bit of shallot here. Whoops. So I learnt to do this. This is based on a Korean beef recipe, barbecue recipe, which I learnt in Switzerland when we were lucky enough to live in Zurich for a few years, and the children were at an international school. And there were lots of, we used to do international food days, and on one of those days we had someone who was doing this Korean beef recipe, and I just thought it was yummy. She did it in a slightly different way, but basically this is how I've done it ever since at home, rather than on a barbecue. Right, this shallot seems quite big, so I'm not going to use quite all of it. There we are. Oh! It's making my eyes water. Oh dear. Right. Okay, I'll put that to the side. I need some garlic. I'm going to do the same with the garlic. You can crush it if you want to, or just chop it up finely. Oh dear. And add it. I quite like having, instead of having minced onion, which is definitely what my lovely Korean friend did, I quite like having some of the texture. Because I use the marinade, you actually cook it all together at the end, and I quite like having the texture of that onion. Right, so I've got my garlic here, again quite finely chopped. And then I'm going to add the other ingredients for the marinade. So we have, let's start with sugar. Sugar, I know, not great at the moment, everyone's going on about sugar, but it really does make a difference in this marinade. So you need, for 300 grams of beef, you need, I'm just having a look here, 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I've just got granulated sugar. There we go. And a tablespoon of sesame seeds. And 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. I always use Kikkoman. Unless it specifies a particular Chinese heavy dark soy sauce, I always use Kikkoman. So that's 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Here we go. And then 3 tablespoons of either apple juice, or I haven't got any at the moment, or water. So 1, 2, 3. So just give that all a stir around, and then you're just going to add your beef to that and leave it to sit for about 20 minutes, half an hour. So my beef. So you'll basically want to just slice it nice and thinly, as you would for any other stir fry. So here we go, and then just add it to your marinade. So here we go. Oh, this is lovely and tender. and I know will be delicious. I can't tell you how yummy this is. When I have the boys home, I really only do this occasionally because it gets very expensive, because they like to eat so much of it. But for Nick and I, this is just a nice, rather indulgent, quick meal that we're going to have for lunch today. And I'll serve this with some rice and a salad. Obviously you can do whatever you want. You could add some nice do a separate stir-fry vegetables, or do it with noodles, or all sorts of things. Right, so I'm really stirring that well in. You can do this with your hands or with a spoon. There we go. And then I'm just going to leave that for all the flavours to get into that meat for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we will quickly stir fry it, which you'll see. Right, so welcome back. Our beef has had a nice 20 minutes, half an hour to marinade, and now I'm going to stir fry it. Now, if you've got a wok, do it in your wok, whatever, but actually I'm just using a plain old frying pan. Get the frying pan nice and hot before you put a little bit of sunflower oil in, or vegetable oil, whatever. Just put a small bit in. I've also got my rice cooking here ready. Right, so it's really hot this now, and I'm just going to, in fact I'm just going to take this, because it's really smoking, probably a bit too hot. Right, I'll just take this off the heat a moment, and I'm just going to add my beef a bit at a time. And I just realised I've got nothing to put my beef into when it's cooked, but anyway, I'll get that in a moment. Right, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, so it's a little bit too hot. We'll just keep this off the heat for a moment. Stir fry this initially. So I'm using one of these great slotted spoons to do this with, so that I'm not drying the beef before of all its marinade before I stir fry it, which obviously you could do. And as I said, originally this was a barbecue recipe, so the lady doing this would have barbecued these on skewers. But I love to use the marinade sauce. It gets all sticky and yummy. Okay, so that's quite hot. So I've got this lovely hot plate, but it is a smidge hot, so I'm just going to turn that down a bit. Okay, we'll put the beef into this. As your beef cooks, you're just doing a few bits at a time, stir frying them quickly because you just want it medium rare. Okay, so hopefully this is slightly less dramatic now. Okay. There we go. So really nice and quick. Literally I'm just searing it, letting it cook quickly. Turn it up again, up, down, try and get the right temperature. So you want it to sear, but you don't want it to burn, which it was before. Right, now my rice is done now, so I'm just going to drain that ready. Okay, so that rice is now drained and ready to serve with my beef. Let's just fry this up again. Oh. Okay. I love my Essie cooker here. But this hot ring is less flexible, so I'm going to go back to using this induction part of my cooker, which is just slightly easier. Right. Okay, I hope you can see what I'm doing. So we're just still stir frying that. Put this up a little bit, there we are. Okay. And this beef, because it's really thinly sliced and it's fillet, doesn't need much cooking at all. It's just searing it essentially. Lovely and tender. It just kind of depends what you're cooking. There we go. Now I'll take that off. Okay, and then I've got the final I'm a bit deep here. So I'm just draining off the excess that cooks a bit. But I am cooking at the same time those little slices of onion that we have, and garlic. And in a minute I'll just finish with the rest of the remaining marinade. It just becomes lovely and sticky sauce. And sometimes when I make this, I'll make double the marinade just so that I have more sauce. Depends what you're feeling like. Just leave that for a moment. Oh, the smells are just so aromatic, really. Okay, so I'm now going to add back all the beef that I've put to one side, and I'm going to add in the remains of my marinade, the onions and the sesame seeds, and I'll just let that all cook together just for a minute or two. Okay, so I'm going to serve this just in a bowl, and I'm going to have some rice. I've got a couple of big spoonfuls of rice, and then we'll just put on, and this is all sticky and ready and yummy. Okay, nearly there. Okay. That is done. So I'm just then going to add my lovely beef on top of this rice. So you can see this 300 grams could easily serve 4. It's just, as I frequently told you, we're rather greedy. Okay, so that's lovely. And then I think I'll add, I've got some coriander, because it's always nice to have your food looking with just a tad of colour. I think it just makes the whole difference. And then I will sit down and really enjoy this just delicious and easy meal of sesame beef. So enjoy it yourselves. Do give it a try, because it really is unbelievably easy.